Good morning and welcome to my channel. We're about to jump into your energy. This goes out to sun, moon, and rising, singles, couples, men and women. Cross watchers are welcome. This will be a spiritual reading. It was the one that was supposed to be uploaded yesterday. And sometime around mid-afternoon, I will be releasing another spiritual reading. Then following tomorrow, the other two. And then we will repeat the poll. So let's see what we have for you. Look into the number 4. Oh, this is interesting. That's not what I need, but we're going to roll with the first one. They all kind of got clumped together. So starting out, we have the Four of Wands, the Hanged Man, and Justice. Now, you know, over in the realm of Aquarius, Moon, Tarot, I like to not only go with the flow of the Tarot, but also the intuitive aspects of it. So with the Four of Wands, what I am seeing this go around is a passionate reconnection. If you would like to call it soul family, feel free. If you would like to connect it with people on earth, feel free. If you would like to call it a cosmic reconnection and or connection, feel free. But what I'm seeing is that this reconnection is going to be a very passionate one, or this connection will be a very passionate one. It will be blessed by the gods and the goddesses, the ancestors, or your spiritual support team, whoever you roll with. You will dance under the pillars of your passion. You will dance in celebration under the generative flowers that you create. Think for 1 second the astral garden that you cultivate every day, planting seeds and watching them manifest. Many of you may have had a lack of faith in the spiritual realms in the past, and that is completely understandable considering that we as a people are still learning the spiritual realms. A wise rabbi said recently that sleep time is a very mystical time. When we go back to source, where we rejuvenate, so forth and so on, and we come back. Not many know about the time of sleep, except that our conscious mind kind of takes a back seat and our subconscious, us, flows forth. The soul, if you want to call it that. I'm not saying that the subconscious is the soul, but the soul does flow forth. Hence the many stories of people going in dreamlike journeys, known as soul travel or astral. Mind you, this reconnection isn't so much one that's going to be the final part of the journey. But it's kind of like you're planting those seeds, and many of you are just starting to be rejuvenated, small synchronicities perhaps. But fret not if you manage to feel down and out or lose faith every now and then. We all get there. But now that you're undergoing or have or will reconnect or connect to this energy on your journey to your castle in the sky, your manifestation, you see that your manifestations are ahead. You're simply just walking to them now. But after this slip and fall, this lack of faith, this down and out moment that you might have had spiritually of praying or casting or praying or reading tarot or oracle or anything else, I Ching, dominoes, dice, the Holy Bible, you name it, the Buddha, etc. You see that you have to approach things from a different angle, hence the Hanged Man. You see that the darkness, not so much the shadow side, but the darkness, the womb of creation, the void of creation, the place where you can't see a thing, is truly there for a reason. And many of you might feel that at times nothing was happening. Well, things were. Think of when you plant seeds in a garden, a regular physical garden. You have no clue what's going on within the dirt, even though you have an idea, but you don't really see it until it flourishes. Seeds that get planted do that sometimes. If you notice, the roots go all over the place, but they have a very structured form of growth, even though it might look like they're sprouting all over the place. They're taking hold. And many of you now see that it took that hanged man energy, that tilting your head to the side and actually slowing down, that lack of faith or that shutdown was pretty much whoever it is in your spiritual corner pretty much saying, chill, bruh. Chill, sis. Chill, husband and wife. Chill, single woman, single man. We've got this. And I'm sorry that we have to hang you upside down and tie your foot to the tree and, dangle that pentacle or that success in your face without dropping it. Because if we gave you that seed right now as, it's popping out, but if we gave it to you right now, you wouldn't even enjoy the fruits. I see the Justice card and I don't so much feel the scales are being balanced. I feel that maybe one should look into the Justice energy, the Libra energy. I'm not saying anyone coming across my channel is a Libra, and I'm not connecting Libra to the Justice card, but I am saying look into the Libran energy. It's a very interesting, peaceful, flowy, grounded, just lovely, ooey, gooey energy. Shout out to all my Libras. And if you get a chance while we're at it, go check out Tani Michelle Tarot. And a reader that popped into my head last night before I went to bed and was planning today's reading is Illum Astrology. So please, go check those two out. Whether they get this or not, I'm not sure. But shout out to them, because those very powerful women got me through some very hard times. I remember holding a conversation with Tani, and this does tie into the reading. And I had lost all faith. My world was turned upside down. I was evicted from my place. And I went to her, and I didn't want a bull crap, it's gonna be okay answer. It's just a transition answer. No, she pretty much said straightforward to me, sucks, doesn't it? Not those exact words, but it was an energy of, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. But my soul felt the energy of, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you because you don't need me to. And I feel that what has went on within many of your lives, you can relate to that. Right now is not the time to sugarcoat anything. I love spirituality as anyone else, but as we know, spirituality is not comfortable. Growing pains hurt. whether it is a spiritual path or a failed spell or an F on a college exam that for some reason you stayed up for weeks on end studying for only to bomb out. You have everything ready the night before and you go there in the morning, you're just like, the answer to quantum physics is not 1 plus 1 equals 10. Why is 1 plus 1 equaling 10 when 1 plus 1 equals 2? See where I'm going with that little side ramble? The blessings will be yours. The manifestations will be yours. But we all lose faith. We all fall to the wayside. No one is perfect. We all have that day where our brain brings forth that embarrassment when we bomb out. And it can suck sometimes admitting that, hey, boy. But also this situation has taught you how to turn things to a different angle, how to look at things from a different angle, and to understand that these things do take time and they do take patience. Many of you have taken the time to dig into the magician energy. And many of you, in fact, I'm thinking quite a few of you are now starting to see the light inside of you that shines. No one can grow a rose garden overnight. Every person who plants a garden, unless you're that special person that just makes everything grow, like my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful grandfather, he could make a watermelon grow in a toxic sludge pool. But usually with the magician energy, it's a constant growth. It's a constant ebb and flow. It is a constant re-understanding of what comes into your life, whether you get downloads of symbols, whether you work with the fairy, whether you work with the celestial and or the infernal. Because in reality, human beings are the ones that made those spooky forces seem bad. How many stories have you heard of the Orishas coming forth and quite frankly scaring the living crap out of you? How many times have you heard of the great goddess Hecate coming forth and scaring the crap out of you? You summon her and she comes forth to help, and she pretty much shows you who you are, shows you the internal ghosts or the ghosts that she sends to challenge you, to push you, and to help you grow. Again, growing pains do suck. As for the justice energy, I am now going towards the scale of being balanced. These scales will balance again. And sometimes, even if you don't feel like spiritual royalty, by all means, don't think that I'm saying go off and say, I'm a king, I'm a queen, whoop de whoop, I'm better than everybody. I'm not saying that you're going to say that, but we all have that ego, do we not? 333 for those that are into numerology. But during this time, before we close this reading out, you have to understand that you must hold your sword high. Your sword is your truth. If you look at the face of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful divine goddess, this divine woman, this Wonder Woman, you'll see that she might come off as disgruntled, or she's like, what the hell do you want? I'm going to chop your head off. That's not the energy that I'm getting from her face. What I am getting is that you must hold your head high. And a king or a queen does not accomplish what it is that they need to accomplish, nor do they build their empire without hard work. Unless you're lucky and you come from a lineage of kings and queens. But even then, when it is your turn to wear that crown, you will make mistakes. You must evolve. You must change. You must grow. Going back to my grandfather or anyone's ancestors, he was not a perfect man. He was honorable, he was just, but he did make mistakes. So here I am to work on what he has taught me, so that when I pass down wisdom to either my child or to a child or to any person, I pass it down not only with my successes, but my failures. At the end of the day, if you look at it from a core element, I don't think spirituality is about right or wrong. I do see many morals and values included and intertwined within spirituality, hence those that harm none, but do what thou wilt. Those that seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Well, that comes with trial and error. Those that follow the threefold law, those that try to tap into the Buddha energy and meditate but can't get that thought out of their head, or everything might be perfect until you sit down and start to meditate, and then you start to feel things in your toes and fingers, and you get itches behind your ear, and you're wondering why am I having a conversation about my toenail or a problem that happened many years ago? Everyone walks a different path and everyone has morals and values, but our hearts, though they might be influenced by the masses, our hearts do speak true. If you have a dead heart, you are a dead man. If you have a heart of hope and love, you are a person of hope and love. If you have a dead heart, you are a dead woman. If you have a hate-filled heart, you will be a hate-filled human, or a hate-filled woman, or a hate-filled man, or whatever you wish to call yourself. So understand that it's not so much about right or wrong right now. It's about what you connect with, because I've seen some witches that would never hurt a fly. And I know some witches that will light a fire under your ass so bad you will think that everything from the hellfire came forth to smite you after you lit one damn candle. In closing, let me talk to you about something. This might look upright to you, but it came out as reversed. Why is that? Change and growing pains, as I said earlier, do suck. And resisting the change, and I'm not saying that is what everyone is doing, but we all are resistant to change, or we would not have to change. And I'm going to end it out in a second. Sorry about that. So do not resist this change. Allow these growing pains to come forth, and I promise you, you will prosper. Hopefully this resonates in some way, shape, manner, or form. I apologize for the heating system. It just came on. I don't know if you can hear it. If you'd like to book me, all that information can be found in the description box below. Tips and donations are honored and welcomed. And I have another reading coming soon without the heating system. Thank you, heater. Peace.